And here, brother, you need to take a notice, brother, that Muslims in Pakistan, they don't rent their wife. Now, before we start, I would like to ask you all to pray to our brother Philip, the one who left a message for me just yesterday or the day before. He is very ill. So put him in your prayer. He have a surgery in Monday. So we pray the Lord will heal him and he will be back to normal. Don't forget about him, please. So this Muslim here, he is a sheikh, as you see, and he's holding a book in his hand, and he is so excited. And he want to show you how the Muslim Shia, they are disgusting. Muslim Sunni don't do what the Muslim Shia do. No way. So let us hear what this guy want to say to us.
A very prominent book for the Shias, and many Shia scholars use.
First, is the sound good? Is his voice coming good? I will play it again, this part. Tell me if you can hear him fine or not. All right.
And many Shia scholars use this book, Al-Anwar al-Nu'maniyah. This is another example that I want to give you and show you the type of absurd things which are written inside your books, and where your Shiaism and where your religion, which is going to determine whether you are going to go Jannat or Jahannam, what type of stuff is written inside these books, where you're taking your religion from. This is Anwar al-Nu'maniyah, and how far muta has gone. What extent people have actually gone to with this concept of muta, which has come inside your books. This is Anwar al-Nu'maniyah. He mentions a story of an individual who one day comes home and his wife puts some food in front of him, and he really likes this food. It was very nice. It was a really nice dish made. So he asks his wife, he says, where does this food come from? He obviously knew how his wife cooks. Everybody knows how their wife cooks and what type of cooking it is. So he asks his wife, where's the food come from? She says to him, every other day a man comes for muta with me, to come and perform muta with me, and today he came and he brought some food with him. We shared some food and we left some food over, and this is the leftover, and you have put it in front of you. Listen to the husband's reply. He says, this is Anwar al-Nu'maniyah. He says that the man replied, when you do muta, then I don't want you to ever come back and tell me the details, because I am a man of dignity. Allahu Akbar. His wife is telling him that she's been sleeping with somebody. She's been sleeping with somebody. She's been carrying out muta with somebody, and he's given her some food in return. And this man is saying, don't come and tell me the details, because I am a man of dignity. I.e., you can carry on doing it, just don't tell me the details, don't tell me the nitty-gritty that's going on. As long as I know you're doing muta and you're bringing in money, that's absolutely fine. This is how far this thing of muta has gone. But if...
All right, shut up, you idiot. Let us show everybody that you Muslim Sunni, you do the same. First of all, muta is a verse in the Quran. And your prophet, he practiced it. And the Muslim, all of them, they practice it regardless if they are Sunni or Shia. And never Muhammad received a Quran to forbid the muta. And he never actually forbid the muta. The fact, all the hadith says that Umar and the companions, they practiced muta after Muhammad's death. And the one who forbid it at the end is Umar. And there is supposedly a story behind it, because he slept with his daughter. However, let us show everybody that you Muslim, you rent your wives, even you sell them. This is the chapters on manumission of a slave. But this slave is a wife of a Muslim. What the Muslim he do with her? Read carefully. We used to sell our slave women and the mother of our children when the Prophet was still living among us, and we did not see anything wrong with that. So now she is your wife, and she is the mother of your child. Then you sell her to other man so he can sleep with her. You did not even divorce her. If you want to say to me she is not a wife, she is just a slave, we rape them, well, that make it more ugly and more disgusting. However, she is the mother of your children, as you see. So you send the mother of your children, who one day he was going to be growing man, and he call you father, and he have your name. You send his mother, and you sell her for a bunch of dollars to go and sleep and serve happy ending massage to a master who just paid you for it. Let us see more. Another hadith. The merits of helpers in Medina. Helpers, they call them Ansar. Ansar mean the helpers, supposedly. Supporters of Muhammad. Chapter, brotherhood between Ansar and Muhajirin. Muhajirin mean migrant. You see, Muslims are really weird when they translate. It's supposedly this translation now. So when the migrant reached Medina, Allah Messenger established the bond of fraternity between Abu Abdurrahman and Sa'id Abu bin Arabiya, whatever. Sa'id said to Abdurrahman, listen, Habibi, I am a rich man of all the Ansar, so I want to divide my property between us. And I have 2 wives. So which one of the 2 you like? Tell me. Is that a Sunnah Muslim Sunni? Or those Shia? And is that a Da'if Hadith? This is al-Bukhari. Do you see it? So that I might divorce her, and when she is finished her prescribed period, look, I mean, they are decent. She have to wait 3 months of divorce, then you can marry her, Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman said, may Allah bless your family and property for you. Where is your market? I remember the Muslim Sunni from Pakistan is making fun of the Muslim Shia for the guy. He said, listen, I am a man of dignity. I don't want to know the details where you get the food from. Huh? Don't tell me, just do it. Now, if we go in the Quran, we will find that the mut'ah is there. But we are not done yet. Let us see more reference. Just to show you how Muslim Sunni, they rent their women to others. Especially when it's come to the slaves. Even if those are their wives, supposedly. Let us see this one. I have to use Google Translation in order to make this one work. So this is a Muslim Sunni website. This is not a Shia, and this is a very, very well-known terrorist. His name is Ibn Hazm. Let us translate the page. Read carefully. Question: who has permitted the private part of his female slave to another? What is the question? What is the question? What they are permitting? I mean, this is stupid website. Each time, I don't know. Let me do it fast. Okay, now. You have to do it fast, otherwise that pop window will appear. Question about the person who permitted the... I'm trying to be nice. I'm not going to use the word P-O-U-S-S-Y because this is what it says. The one who permitted the private part of his female slave to another. What he is permitting? He is inviting his friends, and they are saying that, simply what they do. You own a slave. You have a friend, he is horny. Even the wife here, you see the wife, she allowing the husband, she tell the husband, go and, I allow you to use her vagina. Or you can exchange your slave wife with his slave wife. So you take my slave wife, and I take your slave wife. And then in the future, if you get bored, she can come back here, and you take back your slave wife. Do you see how serious this religion is? How much dignity? Whether it was a woman who made her slave, women permissible for the husband, or a relative, or of a muhram who made his female slave permissible for his relative. So you see in Islam, if they own a slave, everybody will, excuse my language, everybody is going to F this poor woman. The neighbors, the relatives, the cousins, the neighbor of the neighbor, whoever he like. He have a friends coming. Hey, can I borrow your slave? Sure, take her. This is Islam. Do you see it? And this is Sunni. Now going back and speaking about rent. When this guy is speaking about muta, well, isn't it muta something Muhammad and his companion they practice, which is women renting her vagina for money? And now the Muslim Sunni, they are making fun of the Shia because they practice it. Will you practice it until now? Or we can prove it very easy. But let us see your history with renting your women. All right. You will notice in the Muslim Sunni translation for the Hadith books, they always fabricate a translation and they
So if somebody were to say, how can we...
Where you came from? Go, Magog, not your time now. Hold on. Later. Yeah. Anyway, for those, by the way, they want the reference. This is the reference for this hadith. Let me show you the reference here, Al-Bukhari. So you can search for Al-Bukhari, hadith number 3780. Al-Bukhari 3870. I hope the admin they can post the link for those who they are in Rumble and YouTube. And the other one, Sunan Ibn Majah, hadith 2517. And as you see, both are very authentic. Now let us show you something else. What happened with this website? Something wrong with it. Don't tell me now you stop working, potato. We used to do muta. There's no hajj. There is nothing. You know, this is just muta here. If you read here, it says the verses of muta came down in the book of Allah, and we did it with the messenger of Allah, and no Quran came to forbid it. And no, the Prophet never forbid the muta. We performed it with Allah messenger. So your Prophet used to rent women. He rent and he rent his women. Obviously, because if you rent women, then your woman, she can rent herself. And your daughter, at least, she can rent herself. And nothing was revealed in the Quran to make it illegal. Nor did the Prophet forbid it till he died. But the man who regarded it illegal just expressed that his own mind suggests. And this is Al-Bukhari, hadith number 4518. All right. Philip, he tried to message me in Patreon. Maybe you can make another account, because maybe I blocked you because you said you insulted me before. So try to make another account and contact me, please, Philip, if you can. All right. So as you see here, they are making fun of the Shia doing muta, and they are saying the muta is a prostitution. But Muhammad, he did the prostitution then. So this potato, look how cute he is. Subhanallah. He is holding the books of the Shia, but he don't want to hold his books. They're a prophet. There's a big Muslim Sunni sheikh. Actually, he is the imam of all the scholars in the world today. And he is from the Muslim Brotherhood. His name is Al-Qaradawi. They ask him about a hadith. That Muhammad, he said, a man before he go to his home, if he isn't traveling, he have to inform the wife he should not come home at night. So he sent somebody to his wife, knock at the door. Hey, assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam, who is here? I am sent by your husband. And he want to tell you that tomorrow morning he will be here. So now the husband is in town. He's not allowed to enter the house. He's not allowed to enter the house. Why? So they asked the sheikh, why is that? He said, brother, Prophet Muhammad is just helping you. Imagine you come back from a longer travel and you come back home suddenly. and you find somebody with her. Can you imagine how big the disaster is? Especially one witness cannot prove adultery. So now you know that your wife's sleeping with somebody, but you cannot even say anything about it. So the Prophet of Allah is helping you. Let her comb her hair, prepare herself for you. And don't surprise her. Let us see the hadith. Shall we? Come on. Look at this funny translation here. Chapter: If a man is away for a long time, he should not enter his house at night. What? Do you see it? If a man was away for a while, he should not enter his house at night. And the Sheikh, he explained it. Let us see a different hadith. And by the way, this is here, Al-Bukhari 5243, if you are looking for reference. Exactly, she should put a light, green light, so as long it's a red light, he should not enter. And the Muslim Sunni making fun of the Shia. Look at this. A chapter is a dislike to enter at night when coming home from a journey. It has been narrated from blah blah blah. The Messenger of Allah forbade that man should come to his family like an unexpected night visitor, doubting their fidelity and spying into their lapses. Do you see it? A Muslim Sunni, do you see it? What? What you cannot do? So now the woman, she knew he cannot do that. She bring her boyfriend. And you know, we know the hadith where Muhammad, he forbid the Muslims from accusing their wife of fornication unless they have 4 witnesses. A man, who there is a verse about him in the Quran, he knew his wife, she is sleeping around. So he asked the Prophet, "Hey Prophet, are you serious? If a man find his wife, he find a man with his wife, should he kill him?" The answer, no. Ubadah said, the Messenger of Allah said, "What do you think if I find with my wife a man? Should I give him some time until I bring 4 witnesses?" He said yes. But look, but the man cannot enter the house at night if he was on a journey. So he cannot come himself. He cannot bring four witnesses. The women, she have all the time to do what she need to do because the husband cannot come home. The husband cannot come home, remember. And now if he tell her and he came home and he found her with a man, still he can't do nothing about it. He have to go and find four witnesses. And not only that, I wish it's only for witnesses. They have to see his penis. Going in and out. Literally. Inside her private part. And here you know, I mean, the women and the man, they can do fornication then, and nobody can see it, even in the street. I mean, the women, she can wear a skirt, she can sit in the top of the guy, nobody can see anything going in and out. You know, I mean, how you can see anything? Even if they are, I mean, what if she is sitting in the top of him and they are totally naked? Still, there is no fornication. Did you see the penis going in and out? You did not see it. There is a story about Umar al-Khattab. Four witnesses, they came to him. Let us see if I can find the story for you. And by the way, this is if a wife fornicating. What if it's a rape? How you can prove rape? How in the world we can prove rape? The women she have to bring for witnesses? In fact, hold on. I just remember a hadith. I forgot to mention it. There is a hadith about a woman, she was very hungry. Let me see if I can find the hadith. All right. Where we can find this one. A woman, she was hungry. And she was in the desert. She asked a man, she saw a man coming by. She begged him for food. She is hungry, she is dying. The man, he said to her, I will not give you food unless I sleep with you. Unless what? Unless I sleep with you. Not marry you. Listen carefully. Not marry you. Sleep with you. The woman, she is dying. She accepted. Then when she went to town, She told the Caliphate Umar, police be upon him. This is a Sunni book. Hey Abdul, do you see how many Sunni books we are showing you? Huh? This is your books. This woman literally, she rented her vagina, and Umar considered that a dowry, wages. Read carefully. This is the Imam Muhyiddin al-Nawawi, volume number 20, page number 25. Let me use Google Translation. Maybe if we do part by part is better, so that window will not appear. Remember this guy, he said that the Shia, they are renting women. Read with me carefully. Story by story.
The second aspect is that the apparent evidence of slander is general, and nothing can come out of that except what has come out with evidence, and it has been confirmed that whoever was like that is a slanderer when he said even if he hired a woman. Muhammad ibn Hazm narrated with this chain of transmission that a woman came to Omar ibn al-Khattab and said, "O Commander of the Faithful, have you come to drive my sheep for me?" Then a man met me and gave me a handful of dates, then he gave me a handful of dates, then he gave me a handful of dates, then he hit me. Omar said, "What did you say?" She repeated it, and Omar said, gesturing with his hand, "Mar, mar, mar," then he left her.
Translation here is not accurate. Here it says he hit me. He did not hit her. He did F her. All right? So the word here is about the F word. This is not about hitting. And there is no, no slander. Here it says hire a woman. It says rent a woman in Arabic. Istajara. Istajara. Let us go back. The translation is very horrible. Let us try maybe part by part. Let us see here. Yeah, it's coming as a hired a woman. So he rent a woman. How he rent a woman? He gave her little food. In return, she sleep with him. This is one story. Let us see the second story. A woman, she was very hungry. She saw a shepherd. She asked him for food. He refused to give her unless she gave herself, which means in sex. And then he gave her 3 little tiny, amount of a date to eat, and he slept with the woman. So she went to Umar to complain. I was hungry. I was dying. Look what this guy he did to me. What Umar he said? There's no fornication here. He offered you the payment. You accepted. Read carefully. He rented you. He rented you. He did not marry you. Even here it says he rented you. Let us translate. All right. What happened? I mean, this translation software is really something.
And it was reported to Abd al-Razzaq that a woman was afflicted with hunger, so she went to a shepherd and asked him for food, but he refused to let her give him herself. She said, "So he made me 3 handfuls of dates." She mentioned that she was exhausted from hunger, so she told Omar, and he said, Amar, a dowry, and he averted the punishment from her, And Abu Muhammad said, this man went to Abu Hanifa did not see adultery except that which was due to sexual intercourse, but as for what was due to giving or renting, it is not adultery and there is no punishment for it.
Guys, do you see the word renting? Do you see the word renting, or we are making things up? And this is the word renting in Arabic. Here we go. And this is not a fornication. So remember, the other guy, this Pakistani sheikh, he is complaining about the Shia, they are renting their women. But this is Umar, the one who the Shia hate him to death. Considering a woman, maybe she is even married, we don't know. The story doesn't say. She is dying from hunger. She asking for food. You see how the charity of Islam work? The charity of Islam work. This is why, you see those Saudi and Emirati and Bahrain. They offer visas to girls from Gaza if they are only very pretty. Refugees from Syria are not allowed to go to Saudi Arabia. But if you know a beautiful woman, she is so pretty. The Saudi guy, the Emirati guy, the Kuwaiti guy, he will go and he will marry her as a charity. And then after he stayed with her with a couple of months, he gave her some money and let her go. This is how the charity of Islam work. Now this woman, she is hungry. I met a woman here in USA. I don't know her, she was visiting some people I know. And so she, they introduced her. Her name is a Muslim name. So I thought she is a Muslim, but she is not dressing like Muslim at all. So I said to her, so you're a Muslim? Said, no, I'm not a Muslim, not anymore. I said, well, how come? She said, I'm from Bosnia. I came to USA as a refugee. Said, okay, so you became a Christian here? Said, well, my story is longer than just I became a Christian, but I will tell you what happened to me in a short way. During the war in Bosnia, this woman, she have 3-4 children, as she said, I don't remember how many exactly. And the Saudi, they establish a camp for a charity. Food. The line is so long. She said, we wait for many hours so they can give us some rice, some food, some bread. So I waited all day, and finally by afternoon, my turn. The sheikh who is in charge, he have a big beard. He said to me, the charity here is given only for Muslims. You are not a Muslim. She said, I'm a Muslim. He said, you are not wearing hijab. Get out of here. She said that her heart was broken. It's not because of her, but her kids is hungry. They are holding her from her skirt. We want to eat, mom. We need food, mom. She didn't know what to do. And then they told her, some of her friends told her, wait until this guy he go, because there's a shift, and come back and stay in the turn. Actually, right away, go back, stay in the turn. By the time your turn arrive, the guy will be gone. So, and now she wear hijab. So she put the burqa, she dressed like a Muslim woman, and she stand on the line. All the way until her turn came, and it was a new guy. Everything is going good. Then this guy, he went down to her son, who is a few years old. He said to him, do your mom pray? The kid, he said, no. He said, do she wear hijab? The kid, he's saying no. He kicked her out again. Imagine how filthy the charity of Islam. This woman, she heard that there's a Christian charity few kilometers away, in a town where it is, like let's say between the Serbian and the Bosnian Muslims. So she went all the way walking with her children there. She said, they gave me a shelter, they gave me food, they gave me medicine for my kid. They never asked me, what is your religion? They never says to me, you should convert. They never force a Bible on me. They never mention anything to me. They were so nice, so beautiful, and my children loved them. And I said to myself, whoever the God of those people, he is a good God. And whoever the God of those people there, the Saudi, he is a filthy God. My children are dying from hunger, and he is worried about if I'm praying or not. So since then, she started learning about Christianity, and she decided to become a Christian. And now here we are showing you a real example how the Muslims, this is the caliphate, this is not any guy, this is the Muslim. Actually, they call Umar as the most just person in Islam. Muhammad, he says, if there is a prophet will come after me, it would be Umar. Imagine how important Umar is. And this is Umar. The woman, she is coming to him, the man, he raped her. She is hungry, she is dying. He forced her into sex. Umar, he did not marry her. He just slept with her and go. Umar, he said, this is dowry, it's your, you see, and here, by the way, you see that the word dowry in Islam does not mean dowry. Dowry in Islam mean rent. And as you see here, given or renting. Do you see it? It is not an adultery. And there is no punishment for it. And then those potatoes, like this guy, he is coming to expose the Shia and support the Shia are bad people and the Sunni are the good one.
And many Shia scholars use this book, Al-Anwar al-Nu'maniyah. This is another example that I want to give you and show you the type of absurd things which are written inside your books and where your Shia.
You know, this guy is like a camel. He don't see the hump in his back. And he is complaining about the hump on the Shia back. Can you believe it? How hypocrite they are. Same time, as long the mut'a is in the Quran, so are you saying that your God, Allah, is a pimp? As long mut'a is bad, why your God, he allow it? And what about you show the Muslims Shia where Allah, he forbid it? Never. We can show you tons of reference. All of them are disgusting. And the funny is, the Muslim Sunni now, they will say, we will not practice what Umar practiced. Well, do you condemn Umar then? They don't dare. This is Islam. Islam is nothing but satanic cult, as you see. And there is no way that a person who have a dignity, like this guy is speaking about the Shia guy, that his wife, she bring food, and because she sleep with the guy, and he said to her, don't tell me where you get this food from, just get it. I am a man of dignity. Are you Muslims men of dignity when your prophet even said, if a man he divorced his wife 3 times, she cannot get back to him unless she go and if a new man? What kind of religion we are talking about? Are you a man of dignity? Potato? Are you? So now the Muslim man, he divorced his wife 3 times. She cannot get back to him unless she go, and if I'm being polite, you know, honestly, if a new man, and then after the new man if her, and he divorced her, then she can go back to the previous husband. How that is from God? It's in the front of you. You can read the interpretation for chapter 2, verse number 230. In fact, there's movies in Egypt about those stories. Like there's a comedian, his name is Adul Imam. This guy, he opened, you know, he was an employee. It's a comedy, but this is a real, you know, this is what they practice in Muslim countries. So he is a, you know, he is supposedly stupid, you know, naive, you know, idiot, let us say. Like everybody laugh at him. He's nobody, you know. He don't even look good. His boss divorced his wife 3 times. The boss now, oh, he's going to marry his wife to somebody else who can get back to him. And the wife, she want to go back to him too, but you cannot do it, brother. So he asked this guy if he can marry his wife for 1 night. Just 1 night, brother. Can you do it, please, for 1 night? And I will pay you good money. All right? The guy, he said, okay, you know, sure, you know, fine, no problema. Now, the guy, he insists, he said, you promised me you will not sleep with her, right? He said, don't worry, just pay me, you know. How much? This is the movie. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. The wife, actually, she liked this guy. He is better in bed. Anyway, to make the story short, the first guy, he divorced his wife. He was able to hire him to F his wife for 1 night, but supposedly he did not F her, but in fact he did. Another friend of the friend, he did divorce his wife too. So he called this guy, you see him in the screen, asking him if he can do the same favor, the same he did to his boss. So this guy, he does his job. He doesn't do anything in life. Men who divorce their wives 3 times, they call him to marry their wife for 1 night. And now, for sure, the night is very hot. I'm afraid if I play the video, you know, YouTube will give me copyright as usual, you know. So, the Muslim Sunni, they have dignity. The movie name, you can see it here actually, in Arabic, in English. زوج تحت الطلب. You see it in English? Let me see if I can zoom in. I cannot zoom in. I'm zooming in, but it's zooming to the wrong direction. Let us see if we click here. Okay. Zog, this is in the Egyptian accent. Zog. Zog تحت الطلب. Okay, you can search it, watch it. I don't know if they have subtitle, but it's about really something the Muslim they practice. Yeah, which mean a husband and their, like to call, to order, like you order a husband. And who is the one ordering the husband? The husband is ordering a husband to his wife. And the Muslim Sunni, they are talking about what? They are talking about dignity. Brother. And all those in the movie are the wives of the bosses. One after one. And this guy, he is doing a charity. Like what? You divorce your wife 3 times, brother? You need, in Arabic we call it muhallil, which means he make her lawful for you again. Husband on demand. That's a good translation. All right. This is the cover of the movie. And those are the husbands behind. Look at the husbands behind. And the funny is, not a single Muslim there to be upset. They were laughing. This is true. Nobody there to say this is, And this is the guy, look, this is the sheikh. He come and he make the marriage lawful, brother. For sure, brother. Brother. The sheikh, he is saying to him, by the way, you know that what you are doing is not going to be right unless you F her. Watch the movie. This is what he said to him. You should know what you are doing is not right unless you F her. You have to F her. Don't listen to them if they say don't. The sheikh is advising him, you should F her. Otherwise, brother, it's haram. It's not right. And the Abdul from Pakistan is speaking about Muslim Sunni dignity. This guy, he have another, he's a Muslim. So if he's a Christian and he make fun of those things, they will kill him. But he's a Muslim, and his daughter, actually, she is married to a leader in the Muslim Brotherhood, a terrorist. In one of his acts, the judge, he said to him, suppose there's a belly dancer woman, she was killed. So the judge is asking him now, how come you notice that there is a belly dancer in the floor above you and you did not move from the apartment? How you accept that? He said to him, well, if this is the case, that means the whole country have to move out. And the crowd was dying from laughing because it's true. There's belly dancer every building, many of them. You will not see one single Muslim upset. He's one of them. He's a Muslim. If a Christian saying that, they will be so angry. Drugs, belly dancing, nakedness, you name it. But if a Christian want to build a church, good luck with that. Yeah, this is one of the wives. Praise be to Allah. This is the most beautiful religion, brother. This is the most beautiful, high-tech, open-minded, sex all the way, and get paid for it. What do you want more? In fact, if you are looking for a job, you can go to a Muslim country and you open an office. You call it husband on demand. You get paid and you sleep with women. Now, I warn you, not always those women, they will be pretty. I mean, this business is business. Just to let you know, it might be the woman who is divorced is 200 years old. But you have to do what you need to do. All right? In this case, you marry her, but you don't sleep with her. Just go, make her eat some food, and sleep early, and and bye bye. Okay, good night. See you tomorrow morning. Okay, bye bye. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, okay, bye bye. So, a very, very good religion. And they say to you, and this guy, the Sunni guy from Pakistan, he is speaking against the Shia. But the fact, this is what they do. I'm not going to stay for long with you guys. That's enough for today. Please download the video. I'm not going to keep it. Download it, share it, and let everybody. Somebody saying to me, are you jealous? Oh, absolutely. Are you jealous yourself that your wife, she will sleep with me? A Muslim asking me if you are jealous. Oh, Abdul, what's wrong with you? So your wife will sleep with me, and I am the one should be jealous? What the heck? Your wife, she is sleeping with somebody else, and you are saying to me, are you jealous? She had to sleep with somebody else in order to go back to you. Remember, brother, we are people of dignity. Dig what? Dignity or dig witty? Or dig willy? I mean, there is dig involved. So as soon as you dig in Islam, you find nothing but ugly and stupid stuff. Look, some people are really weird. We are talking about Islam, religion, and the guy there asking me, how is your yogurt? I don't know. Some people, they have a brain of a bird. I mean, a perfect time. You know what? I'm going to hire you to be a professor in a school. Lord have mercy. All right. So, Muslims, people of dignity, I hope you enjoy it. I obviously agree with you. You have a lot of it. I mean, you are dripping dignity. Huh? Dignity is dripping all over the place. I mean, when Abdul, he walk, dignity here, dignity there, dignity everywhere. Right? Yeah. Dignity. What a naughty religion. Satanic. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you. And I want to check if Brother Philip, he sent me a message. And in Patreon. And again, remember to pray for him. This, he have a surgery next Monday. Put him in your prayer. Little prayer. We believe in the power of prayer. At the same time, you see, the faith of the person is very important in recovery. Your faith, the Lord, he said, healed you. Your faith. So the power of the Lord is always there, but we have to have faith. Same time, sometimes bad things happen for good reasons. Bad things can happen for good reason. Sometimes we need bad things to happen to us, so we wake up. When a human being is wealthy, they never notice how lucky he is to enjoy nice food, nice house, and then one day he bankrupt. Then he start remembering how he was living. Now he remember how wealthy he was. Now he's trying to appreciate the time when he did not appreciate the time. And this is the same for our health. The same for our belief. When we are healthy, we are strong. We kick like a mule. We think we are powerful. We think that nobody can stop us. We think we are going to live forever. And then one day, all of us, this is not only for a person, all of us, one day we will get weaker and weaker. And suddenly we might get so weak, so suddenly, even in a very young age, then we notice that our existence, the very existence of you, can change in a second. So always remember that. Appreciation is the key of happiness. Even when you are sick, even if you are dying, if you appreciate death, you are happy. And you might say, how in the world anyone can appreciate death? Well, I will say to you, I will appreciate death every day. Death is a mercy from the Lord. You don't want to live forever and your body is not functioning. You don't want to live forever under medical and etc. and pain. So death can be mercy. Healing is mercy. But if there's no healing, don't be attaching yourself, desperate. Appreciate what you have. I told you before a story about a monk. He was dying. They brought a doctor for him. The guy hardly he can talk. The doctor told him, look like you have a few hours to live, maybe less. The monk, he had a big smile on his face. The doctor came out and he said to the other monks, I mean, your friends, he lost his mind. They said, why? He said, I just told him you are going to die in a few hours, and he gave me a big smile. So they said, well, you don't ask him if he can talk, why he's smiling. So he went inside, he became curious. He said, I told you are going to die and you are happy. He said to him, all my life, I'm waiting for this moment to meet my Lord, serving him. I spend my life preaching, bringing people to Christ. And you are telling me in a few hours you will be with him, and you don't want me to be happy? So death for a believer is a victory. Illness is a trial. You start questioning yourself, why God he is doing this to me, what I did. I'm a good person. I don't deserve this. The strong person in faith, he never failed. He passed the trial. His death will not make him fear. His sickness will not make him deny the Lord. Being poor will not make him a pervert, a thief. He will stay decent, and he will do what he needs to do to survive. So always remember that bad things sometimes can happen for good reason. And life can throw at you anytime something bad. And you might think it's bad, but it might be turned good. For your salvation is way more important than anything else. The Lord, he says, don't fear not those who destroy the body. Disease, illness, any kind of things, they destroy the body. Fear the one who destroys your soul. That is the one you should fear. The one who will make you go to hell. And he said, have faith, and your faith will heal you. So we pray that Philip, who is, I hope is listening, he will be strong. He will accept what he is going through as a trial of faith. He will stay faithful, and whatever come should not change anything. For the most important, that he is saved. Imagine you are not saved and you are going to go to the place where you don't want to go. You are going to go to somewhere which is dark. You don't know who is there. You don't know who is waiting for you. Hell, heaven, what is that? But if a person he have a faith, always his hope make him enjoy life to the last second, even if it is with pain. Now we pray that he is going to pass his illness, and he will recover, and he will be fine, and he will remember those bad days so he can live a better days after them. We pray for that. So thank you all for being here. And always remember, by the way, you might hear in the internet from now, like, this brother, he need a prayer, this person is sick, etc. But you might be tomorrow, it's your turn. It might be next you. It might be me. It might be you, anytime. A human being is very fragile. I mean, if you look at the furniture around you in your home, they are going to survive way more than you. The chair you sit on, it might be taken to your son, the grandson, the grandson. You will not live like your chairs. Some trees, they live for hundreds of years, if not thousands, like the olive tree. A tree can live way longer than you. But the blessing is not about how many years you live. The blessing is about how much you were blessed in your life and what you did. And if you were able at least to save yourself before you go and you meet your maker. I hope soon we will hear good news from everybody about their health. But for sure, we will get sick, we will struggle, we will suffer. And this is part of our life. We are not living in heaven. We are living in earth. And those who live in earth, from dust to dust, they go. Thank you all. God bless you. And see you soon again. Take care. Don't forget to download the video, share it. I will not leave it here for long. All right? Take care.